Almost everyone has been through it at some point. The heartbreak of a relationship coming to an end. Breakups are more than just painful. They can feel like an emotional freefall, as though your very identity is crumbling. Sure, you miss the person and the moments you shared. But why does it feel so catastrophic? Why does it seem like your heart is being physically torn apart? Like even getting out of bed requires superhuman effort. You see happy couples walking by, laughing and holding hands, and your first thought might be to chuck a metaphorical rock at their joy. It almost feels unfair. But should breakups truly be this painful? Well, yes and no. The truth is that the emotional fallout of a breakup is as complex as it is raw. It's not just about missing someone's presence. It's about your brain's profound struggle to reconcile what was with what will never be. And strangely enough, the emotional chaos of a breakup can sometimes surpass even the grief of losing someone to death. That might sound extreme or even insensitive, but stick with me here as we unpack this from a neurological perspective. When someone passes away, your brain begins to process their absence in a particular way. Depending on the circumstances, whether you had the chance to say goodbye, whether they lived a long life, your mind can navigate that grief through familiar pathways. Memories, while bittersweet, feel more settled. The mind mourns, but it also finds ways to heal by coming to terms with the loss. Breakups, however, are a different beast entirely. They leave behind an emotional storm of regret, confusion, and longing, compounded by the brain's inability to let go of what might have been. When a relationship ends abruptly or involves betrayal, your mind enters an overdrive of self-doubt, replaying every moment like an endless loop of what-ifs. Why didn't I see this coming? Was I ever enough? Was it all a lie? Your brain, desperate for answers, scrutinizes every detail, trying to pinpoint where things went wrong. Here's where the agony truly sets in. Breakups don't just disrupt your daily life. They shatter your sense of self. It's not just about losing the other person. It's about losing the version of you that existed in that relationship. The brain's wiring plays a cruel trick here. Psychologically, humans are problem solvers. We're wired to spot errors and fix them. And when the error is something as nebulous as a failed relationship, your mind takes the exhausting route of revisiting every argument, every misstep, every happy moment that now feels tainted. It's like trying to piece together a puzzle that no longer has all its pieces, and your mind won't stop until it thinks it solved it, even if the answer isn't yours to find. Dr. Jordan Peterson, a clinical psychologist, offers an insightful approach to untangling this mental chaos. He suggests something called a situational analysis, which helps you make sense of the breakup without dismantling your identity in the process. It starts with understanding not just your personality, but also your ex-partner's. Look back at times when you clashed, not with blame, but with curiosity. Were they neat and orderly, while you lean more toward organized chaos? Were they spontaneous, while you crave stability? Peterson argues that incompatibilities often stem from deep-seated differences in temperament, not malice or wrongdoing. Let's say you're meticulous about cleanliness, but your partner leaves things scattered everywhere. That's not about one person being right and the other wrong. It's about mismatched priorities. Over time, those differences can compound into frustration and resentment. By identifying these patterns, you can start to let go of the need to relive every painful memory. Instead of trying to rewrite the story of your relationship, you can acknowledge the ways in which you were simply mismatched. This understanding does two crucial things. First, it gives you a kind of shorthand for processing other conflicts in the relationship. If cleanliness was a recurring issue, for example, you don't need to revisit every single argument about it to find closure. Second, it allows you to separate who you are from what happened. You didn't fail because of who you are. You simply grew apart. And that's okay. The truth is, continuing a relationship where fundamental incompatibilities exist only leads to more heartache down the road. Grieving the end of something that once meant so much to you is natural and necessary, but it doesn't have to mean losing yourself in the process. When you stop blaming yourself or your ex and start viewing the breakup as a natural outcome of your differences, you begin to heal. Here's the thing about life. It's too short to spend it forcing something that doesn't fit. Letting go isn't just about moving on from the person. It's about embracing the freedom to find something or someone better aligned with who you are. Breakups are painful, yes, but they're also transformative. They force us to confront not just what we want in a partner, but what we need to thrive as individuals. And sometimes what feels like an ending is really just the beginning of a deeper journey into self-discovery and growth. So, grieve if you need to. Reflect on the lessons the relationship taught you. But don't let the pain define you. Your story isn't over. It's simply taking a new turn. As you move forward, remember that even the hardest endings have the potential to pave the way for something extraordinary. And until next time, keep rising toward the version of yourself that's ready for whatever comes next.